What is perfectly legal but creepy as hell? Paparazzi 100%. It is considered creepy for me to be taking pictures of my neighbors, but apparently it's fine if it's a celebrity. Always baffled me. I've always wanted to make a magazine dedicated to following the lives of members of the paparazzi. Take candid photos of them with their family. Write ridiculous articles on what they're eating or wearing. Ideally intrude on their privacy so much they complain. And then point out the delicious irony. I'd call it Paparazzi the Paparazzi. Edit. Okay, everyone seems to love this. Please feel free to steal it. I don't live in the States and there's isn't a huge amount of paparazzi where I live, so I wouldn't be able to pull this off. If anyone can, please be my guest. Make sure to send me a link, as I'd love to see this idea take flight. Daniel Radcliffe pissed off the paparazzi once by wearing the same outfit publicly for weeks, looking at other people at the beach or pool through binoculars. We had this real prick of a neighbor who would look in our back sliding door with binoculars. My mother called the police and he told them that he was bird watching in the middle of his yard, facing our back door. She ended up making this large lattice thing with fake flowers woven in it to block his view. I saw a news story about a girl who covered herself in dead horse blood and guts while nude and took pictures of it. All charges were dropped as it was determined she was over 18 and just found a dead horse rather than killing it. I'm a systems analyst for a government office which acts as an ISP for public K-12 schools. A few years ago I got asked to assist with a situation where a student had reported seeing child pornography on a teacher's personal laptop. Now apparently this student had some behavioral issues in the past and was known for making things up because the faculty was determined not to approach the teacher or the police until there was concrete evidence. Unfortunately, because it was a personal device, we couldn't legally search it without a court order. So I decided to closely monitor his online activity. I quickly discovered that he was frequently visiting so-called child modeling websites, something I didn't even know existed until then. These sites feature little girls in provocative poses wearing string bikinis and other revealing attire, and because there is no actual nudity, they are completely legal. I presented the data to the school principal and the teacher was fired for violating the MOHI. Signed when he connected his laptop to the school Wi-Fi. There was no legal action taken against him, however, and from what I understand they had to be very careful when drafting his termination notice for fear that he could sue for wrongful dismissal. TL. Dr. Some perv was going to websites with toddlers in thongs and somehow that's legal. Greater than I quickly discovered that he was frequently visiting so-called child modeling websites, something I didn't even know existed until then. This is one of the rare cases where I'm perfectly fine with just taking a Redditor's word for it, that this is a real thing. Good on you for taking that kid seriously and actually taking action. I know some people that wouldn't give the time of day in a situation like that. Having sex with someone you held as a baby after they're 18. Edit. Literally hundreds of comments and testimonies of exactly this later. Y'all need Jesus. I know someone whose dad remarried to one of her childhood friends. They grew up together. I went to a 4th of July party at their lake house once. He said something along the lines of, "It's sort of amazing watching your wife grow up in front of your eyes." We took a walk after that. I have no words to express how I feel about that sentence. Licking the air around a stranger's head. This is the taste of a liar. I worked at a restaurant that had an older fellow, 65 to 70, marrying a 16 years old with her parents' permission. The ceremony was just the weird old guy, the creepy parents, the even creepier minister, and the sad-looking young woman. Everyone, besides the poor girl, at least till she finds a healthier relationship, in that ceremony can go get fucked. Staring at strangers intently for an extended period of time. Come at me. Comes. Oh Jesus, there's so much. Asterisk, yeah, you like that, yo, you filthy carrot karma whore? Asterisk. Asterisk. It's not like I wanted you to give me upvotes, BB Baka. Asterisk. Sitting in your car and pointing a hairdryer at passing traffic. Necrophilia is legal in some states, including in states where sodomy is illegal. I've always wondered if it's legal to sodomize a corpse. In most states it counts as abuse of or desecration of a corpse. There is a guy in our neighborhood that walks his pit bull back and forth in front of the local elementary school with a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire, Mick Foley style. He doesn't talk to anyone and he only does it Tuesday, Thursday and Friday. Edit. I don't go near him but for one time. My daughter is 14 months old and we were walking up to the playground and she threw her cuppy out of the stroller. It rolled over by "Hi monsieur." I walked over, picked it up, and he looks at me, then looks at her and says, "Cute kid." There are a lot of cute kids these days. I was like, thanks. Edit 2. We live in a small town in Pennsylvania. The police know of the situation and when new people move into the area they get calls about it. Edit 3. I'm in between reading in Philly. The guy has done me nor anyone I know any harm, and while I think it's creepy I wish no ill will towards "Hi monsieur." I won't be going any more specific than this, just mainly because it's the internet and some people might out crazy this guy. Other than that I know zilch about the guy. So, there's an opening for Monday and Wednesday. Dibs. Yeesh. Something tells me he thinks he's protecting the kids. Oh wow, that did not even cross my mind. Makes sense though. Some delusional white knight character. Memorizing the age of consent in every state or country. Child pageants. Edit. Well, this blew up like an inflatable doll. Press F for my inbox and a yay for my most upvoted comment. Ah yes. Child pageants. The creepiest of recreational activities. I'm amazed that someone hasn't put a stop to those. I watched toddlers in tiaras once. After 5 minutes I felt dirty and weird. I binge-watched nature programs to purge my mind of it. Investigating strangers' social media. You know how every now and then there's a comment on here that gains some traction? That's basically. I deleted my last account because a stalker found out it was me, followed by a few adventurous souls that always go, "Oh, can anyone do that to me? Someone try to find out who I am." Quote. Well, people can. I've done that once or twice, just to see if I could. I found at least one person's real-life name, address, phone number, and family members. And guess what? Not illegal, given you're not threatening them or anything. Edit. Christ guys. When I said I've done it I was saying how easy it was. So don't ask people to do that. But here we are folks. Brian, I totally agree with you. How's Rhode Island this time of year? Mike. Geez. You really do tell the world everything there is to know about you in your Reddit posts. I sure do. Edit. It's way too warm for October here in little old Rhody. That a rapist has parental rights and can sue their victim for child custody. This one hits close to home. A good friend of mine lives in a major East Coast city. As a single woman she is extra cautious. She was the victim of a known local Instagram celebrity this weekend. Basically this guy follows people, guys and girls, around and records them when they get annoyed and tell him to stop. He gets more and more obnoxious, trying to get a reaction. He is careful not to cross the legal line for stalking etc. and does it in public. So be expectation of privacy. He then posts the inevitable freakout online. I'm not going to share the page. My friend made the cut, because I don't want to grace this troll with the page views. TL. Doctor. Creepily videoing people in public. Okay edit. Harasser Insta account is deleted. Not gonna tell you which video is my friend though. Edit 2. Friend called the cops. They know of the guy. Told her she could get a restraining order, but that has a lot of paperwork and a court date and you have to tell the court your full name and address and work address. And do you want him to that? Metro cops have decided they have way more important things to take care of in that city. Has anyone tried to get him annoyed instead? Like, see how many times you can get him to follow you around the block. Whip out your phone and have a blank-faced record off. Try to bill him for modeling costs. Go do volunteer work and peer pressure him into joining. I would honestly do just that. Record him back or find the most mind-numbingly boring thing to do. Covering your naked body in peanut butter and dry humping a couch for viewers online. Is this just off the top of your head, or is there context to this? Do I kink shame you? Kink shaming is my kink. Cannibalism is your fact. Cannibalism by assent illegal, just the murder part is. Good horror movies are technically the truth. Paying Girl Scouts to dance for you. Excuse me, what the fuck? Wait, what? I guess if they really need to get their quota on cookie sales, I'll show myself out. Yes, officer, this comment right here. Smelling strangers. In an obvious way. Sniffing. With eye contact. Followed by a smile. But from a couple feet away. When you are 35 and is friend with a 17-years-old girl, and just waiting when she will turn 18. So Drake. More like Tyga when he was with Kylie Jenner. Drake literally just took a model out on a ride after her 18th birthday that he's known for a while. Sitting next to someone on a bus, public transport, when there are other empty seats available. Edit. Well, this kinda did that whole blow up thing. Rip my inbox. Just yesterday, a male customer in my pizzeria took a picture of a female customer's butt. Another customer saw and informed her. She was very upset and called the police. We tried to help her, but unfortunately there is nothing illegal about what he did. Masturbating to these comments. Can't tell if this is a suggestion or just a heads up. Oh, his heads up, alright. Someone I know has a cousin that has 3 babies with 3 different dads. She married one of her baby daddy's fathers. So the baby daddy and his own kid are technically stepbrothers. My uncle had a son but didn't want anything to do with Hi Monsieur. My grandma adopted Hi Monsieur. I call him my cousin-uncle. My mom calls him her nephew brother. She passed up bro-few. The real portmanteau is always in the comments. Telling people you're on birth control so you can intentionally get pregnant. And then demanding child support for 18 years. I've heard it's become illegal in Switzerland. Lying about pill, STDs, etc. before a sexual intercourse revokes any consent and is considered rape. This makes sense. Consent is only consent if it's informed. If someone says they're STD-free when they know full and well that they have AIDS or some shit, then that's material information that might have changed your decision to sleep with the monsieur. The consent given at that point can't be considered valid. Sticking your face in the urinal and taking a big whiff in a public bathroom whenever someone walks in. Excuse me, what the fuck? I'm sorry, did we not read the same question? Keep up, child. You're quite possibly my best friend. Drake's relationship with Millie Bobby Brown. Getting DMs from someone you've never met telling you all the things they like about you. Edit. Shout out to all the people that are making my day by telling me they love me. Edit 2. Also, a big shout out to the people who are making this a meme and are making me laugh out loud in the middle of class. Child marriage. The state of Oaxaca in Mexico is the worst offenders. My Phil was admitted into the federal hospital in Oaxaca City. That's where I saw that there is a special ward for little girls who attempted suicide. Like a whole wing of the building, because there are so many little 9-14-year-olds that would rather slash their wrists than marry a disgusting, toothless, wrinkled 60-year-old. And it's completely legal. The parents argue that they have a right to force their daughters to marry, oftentimes for a dowry of a fucking cow, because it is part of their customs and beliefs. Because of customs and beliefs. Government surveillance. Standing too close to total strangers. Money doublers in RuneScape. Drop all your cash and press Alt F4, then when you pick it up again it will be doubled. Following cars too closely while driving a Crown Vic. Edit. Since I'm catching a bit of heat for the legality of following too closely, I can only speak for VA. But this is the code section for VA 46.2 to 816. Following too closely. The driver of a motor vehicle shall not follow another vehicle, trailer, or semi-trailer more closely than is reasonable and prudent, having due regard to the speed of both vehicles and the traffic on and conditions of the highway at the time. It's written vaguely on purpose. Closely than is reasonable is determined by the discretion of the officer. It's almost complete officer discretion to determine whether you broke the law by following too closely, or not, or a white Explorer, or Taurus, or black Charger. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.